And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, having just sort of pulled out of Mountain Town in the last part. And apparently arriving here in Mystery Lake in the middle of the blizzard. Someone have some water? We got plenty of water. Okay, we'll probably try to move around a little bit in the blizzard. My next goal is to get out to Pleasant Valley. To attempt to fix the radio tower out there. Waiting for the loading screen. Loading screen doing this thing. Okay, this is high wind, but not a blizzard, which is unusual, but I can work with this. Yeah, so if I can make it to Pleasant Valley, we might not make it there before nighttime. In which case we'll see how many hit points we have when we, or how much condition we're taking on the way over there. My plan, because I know there is a battery at the Pleasant Valley radio site from early in the run. Plan is to repair the radio tower and then follow up on the signal. I'm not sure if I want to trigger the Aurora midnight, if that makes sense. I ideally would like to do it the very beginning of the night, so we got most of the night to track down the signal source. So we'll have to see what time of day we get there to figure out if it's going to make sense to immediately fix the radio tower or if we want to wait a little bit. The other thing to potentially do, if I want to wait a little bit, is maybe... there's a bear up on the ridge, around the ridge, where the radio tower is. It may make sense to try to take that bear down, so it's a little bit less threatening to move around in the night. Okay, the wind conditions have come down, so we'll make a little bit better time. Also took the wind chill down a little bit, so we'll stay a little bit warmer on the trip. So yeah, if everything goes well, we'll be able to warm up in the dam itself as we're traversing it. So we should make fairly good time. Keep eyes on the swivels until I locate the bear. That's the bear. So going this direction will be fine. So in my mystery, like, I have two bears up. I have the bear that caves over there, and I have the bear that caves up over that direction. There is more than two bear spawns possible in Mystery Lake. The one Interloper usually have two up. On Stalker, you think you have all of them up. Or more likely to have all of them up. And what? I know of 4 possible spawns? But yeah, this part of the episode is mostly going to be walking. We're going to be doing a little bit of walking simulator here. With the goal to get out to the Pleasant Valley Radio Tower. Which at the rate that we're walking will probably be this part. We'll probably get there within the next 20-30 minutes. And then depending on the weather when we get there and the time of day. If it's still dusk, I'll try to fix it that night. If it's not, if it's solidly early night, I might be looking around for things to hunt. So we have a food supply up there. Also to reduce the number of predators. Since I'm probably mainly going to be hunting the predators, so hunting the bear and hunting the wolves in the air. This is not usually the route I reconnoiter. To go from trappers to the dam. Bearcoat doing some work here, scaring off the wolf. Usually I'd hug the edge a little bit more and stop at the cabin over there. But taking the detour to avoid the wolf made me decide this would be a little bit faster of a route. And would, in theory, get us past both bears and having to run into the bears. Maybe a little bit of sprinting here, just to open up some gap with this wolf. And then we'll, probably Billy Goat down here. This is the most common rabbit grove down here that I rabbit snare trap in.
Need to find some place to escape this cold.
I think coming down that slope I actually lost the wolf. But no. Oh, we don't have it set up because we're not being that sedentary. And I don't need that miniature rabbit stuff. It is good early when you need to get your rabbit stuff going though. Yeah, so it looks like I might not take any damage, but I'm probably going to take a little bit of damage on the route to the dam. I don't think we're going to quite stay warm long enough. It is dusk now. So probably by the time we get to where we're going, it won't be dusk anymore. It'll be full and dark time. It's not a wolf. Slightly between where we are and where we're going. Let's get out a torch just in case he does notice us. Not gonna light it until the wolf does, but wolf did notice it's in our way. I can't pull a detour like I did last time to get the wolf off our track, so we're gonna have to light the torch. We'll be wanting the light anyway when we get to the dam, so.
Goddamn freezing.
Match for safety is basically what that was. Would have used the lantern in the dam had I not lit the torch. I suppose the third alternative would have been to, because I do have my bow on me, could have pulled out the bow and just twanged the wolf. It's reasonably flat there. In which case, then I would have spent the match lighting the torch to harvest the wolf, so it's roughly the same as just lighting the torch to get the wolf off. With the difference of you'd have wolf meat and bear hide and stuff. Or wolf meat and wolf hide. Which, because we don't really need food on this path right now, I decided it wasn't worth it. So we just went with the scared off with the torch approach. Okay, torch swap. Yep. Given the fact we're losing health, let's go ahead and sprint a little bit here. I got fatigue, I got calories to burn. So if we can avoid taking the damage, that would be good. Here's the dam. Left a little bit of meat here. That should be enough for me to get the character pretty much fed. Because one of them was going to be the partial. Oh, they're both partials. Never mind. Would have been if this one had been full one. Good start either way. We're not in desperate need for food. And then we swap torches, because that torch is about to wear out. Might need to make a new bow soon. The bow's down to 19%. So it is nighttime, crossing the dam, which can sometimes be a little bit dangerous. We could have the electricity kick up while we're walking through here. And realistically, this would be the dangerous part right here. We have to cross those to reliably get through the dam. That's right then, if that was the moment the Aurora starts up, we'd be in trouble. And there's our out. Do I want to leave immediately? I'm a bit cold. I'm pretty sure we're done with the searching, though. Oh, a real reason to delay any longer. Other than to warm up. Oh, I haven't searched that trash can. I missed a trash can. Okay, it's not that bad out here. Continue juggling the torch until we get to the next cave, where we'll also start to warm up again. Wasn't planning on exploring in the Aurora. Probably would be more willing to take a little bit of damage. Sounds like a wolf is attacking either a deer or a rabbit. Rabbit. If it was jumping a deer, I would have been tempted to go down there and steal the kill from it, but rabbit not worth the effort. Rabbit's not worth the detour. And yeah, making good time. If you watched any of the early parts, there's a cave over there that I frequently, if I'm cold, will stomp in to warm up in. We're not doing that because we're not cold. Well, not cold to that degree. New torch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's full nighttime now. Might still technically class as dusk. You're very... well, that's probably my mind playing tricks on me. I'm hearing a very slight warble
Cold is
that I'd
making my
associate
head
with
feel thick.
an aurora, but that's because I know I'm going to be triggering one soon. So I'm, like, thinking about the possibility of it showing up even before it's here. And into the cave. So we'll start warming up here as we pass through. The next stop after we get out of the cave is the radio tower itself. Depending on the weather is, I might take the slight detour over to the hilltop cave on the way over. That one's just a shallow cave though, so... well, we'll probably warm up in it if we went to it. It is unlikely to keep us warm if the weather goes terrible. So if there isn't a I need to be warm, need a warm-up requirement to duck into it, I might just push through to the radio tower. Not taking the effort I could. I could technically be putting a little more effort in here to find coal as we come through here. We keep moving. Should be to the cave exit pretty soon. Not that I'm in a super rush, I suppose. Here's the cave exit. Pleasant Valley region. So if the weather holds, we'll be straight up to the radio tower in no time. I think it's 5 pieces of scrap metal. We might not actually be able to harvest scrap metal until morning. Because I'm... well, I suppose I could light the lantern and harvest it with a lantern, but it'd be a bit lantern intensive. Okay, we need 5, I think it's 5 pieces of scrap metal, 3 fuses, 2 wires, and a battery. And I know the battery's there, the wires and the fuses are probably there. The scrap metal, we've got the hacksaw with us, so we can harvest it from something. Probably from one of the shelves that's fallen over or something. So, the hilltop cave is right over there. I think we're just going to walk through. We're not going to take a detour to it right now. This is an area that on Stalker frequently has a wolf. Noticed it less frequently here on Interloper after the wildlife refresh. Yeah, it looks like we should be able to easily get to the radio tower without taking any more cold damage. Okay, there we can see the radio tower. Usually haven't seen the bear this close to the tower. Though, we have seen the bear fairly close to it. Okay, let's see what we can pick up first. Wire. Okay, so I've got 2 of the 3 fuses, I've got 1 of the 2 wires. We did in fact have the battery. I was not nice enough to pre-move it to where we need to drop it. Pretty sure there was a battery in here.
Can't feel my feet.
And if not, my memory has been mean to me. Okay, well, we wanted a wire. It's good to check that. And a fuse. So we got the wire, the fuse. This is something for scrap metal is not going to be hard. Oh, think ketchup chips. You're empty. So there is a small chance that, because we have had stuff go to the Lost and Founds, that the battery is at the Lost and Found for Pleasant Valley. That would be pretty annoying if that's the case. Yeah, initially it looks like we are going to be on a hunt for the battery. Because that looks to be the thing that's missing right now. Okay, so we haven't sold the battery. I'm gonna repair the wires quickly. Get them out of my inventory. fuses. And we know scrap metal, we need 5 scrap metal. I don't remember having the battery, but apparently I'm not remembering hard enough. Yeah, memory says there's a battery. Reality is telling me no. Would be a little tedious to drag a battery up here, but that's, I think, what we're gonna have to do. Taking a quick look around to make sure I'm not forgetting it somewhere nearby. My immediate guess is maybe I'd put it outside next to the radio, and some of the spawn adjustments caused it to go to Lost and Found. I'm not sure where the Lost and Found is for Pleasant Valley, so I'm not just going to take a straight hike out there to find it. Empty, empty, empty. We checked Lost and Found, it wasn't in Lost and Found. Tier shooting that we've actually finished reading. Okay. Cardboard box. I saw the car there. I'm like, oh, that's the car battery? It's like, no, no, no. It's not the car battery. Well, wires we don't need. Little chair that we don't need. Oh, there's the car battery.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Okay, so we are just short the scrap metal. Okay, so now to finish repairing the thing, I need 5 pieces of scrap metal. So I need to pick a thing made of scrap metal to scrap for 5 pieces. Or to, if I knew I could harvest both in one torch, I'd do both. Okay, it looks like I got a fallen over chair, unless I can move the chair. Oh, I can move the chair. Okay, well, let's not disassemble the chair then. So you're worth 2, Pale's worth 1. Says you're worth 6, okay. So willing to sacrifice the shelf, we were probably the thing to get rid of. Yeah, let's go for the shelf. requires light, and the torch was not enough light. Not enough duration on light. Do you have a lantern fuel? Probably don't have any lantern fuel to top the lantern off with, do I? No. 2 hours of fuel is a lot of fuel. It's probably better off stalling until the morning then. Gonna order to sleep for 10 hours. We're not gonna sleep quite that long. I think we got maybe 6 in us. There we go. Okay, we take a little bit of damage from the dehydration, but that's fine. Okay. Now we can repair the last of this. Make this repair much faster than the equivalent in Mountain Town that we, in theory, haven't even finished because we're short of battery. So we now investigate the signal in Pleasant Valley. So we're waiting for tonight. I'm not sure where it is in Pleasant Valley. That's an entirely different problem. So for the moment, I think I'm going to head down into the town. I think we've got food down in town. Bring the cedar firewood with us. Yeah, I'm going to wander down into town. Try to maybe hunt the bear around town.
Fingers feel numb.
Might be back up by now. We're not meet any Tarmians. We'll leave the Tarmians alone. This is sadly a bit chilly, so we're going to take a little bit of damage, but we'll probably get most of it back during the day. Got, like, 8 hours before the Aurora shows up.
Never felt so cold in my life.
At the earliest. Probably closer to 10. So there's the bear. That's not the bear I want to hunt. I sprained my wrist. Well, now we're definitely not hunting the bear. Because my weapon selection is limited to rock, rock, and rock, and as much as I like to rock and roll, the rocks are not very effective anti-bear weapons. Give me the mic moment here as I drink some tea. So had I not been so busy messing with some tea there, I'd have taken a slight detour to grab a couple sticks. Oh, poor human. Yeah, apparently we haven't come across before. Nothing on him, though. There's a cave. I might use that cave to warm up for a moment. We're a little chilly. The forest cave. For the human corpse that apparently we haven't searched either.
That'll come in handy.
Ooh, back box of matches. And a piece of charcoal. Put that cave on the map. Wasn't important for Faithful Cartographer, so we didn't map it earlier, but I did know there was a cave up here. Just didn't have a reason to come find the cave.
Can't feel my hands.
Sadly, I don't, unlike, Bleak Inlet, or not Bleak Inlet. No, Bleak Inlet. Unlike the location of Bleak Inlet, I don't know where this one is. So I can't take a premature detour to go find it, and then be close to it when the aurora starts.
Wait.
Because I have not spoiled myself, though, or glitched a mapping of the bunker site. Okay, back taking a little bit of damage. I think there's a little bit of food at the town. I know there's a cave nearby if there isn't food. Yeah. There's the town on the horizon, so we're gonna take a little bit of damage on the way over there. Again, I'm not too worried about taking damage. We were at full, well-fed health at the beginning of this physical day. And I'm generally comfortable with wolf encounters as long as I'm above 60%. So I'm not too worried about running into wolves during the aurora during the night. As long as we stay like 60 to 80%. Also keeping my eyes out a little bit for a battery. If we can find another battery, then I know what I need to take back to Pleasant Valley. Okay, so here's Thompson's Crossing. I don't think we got any batteries in Thompson's Crossing. And I thought I had some meat here. Apparently I don't have any meat here. The meat probably ate all the meat here, to be fair. That's probably what happened. It's probably all the rest of it's over at the cave. We stashed the rest of it. I'm going to take a period of time here to warm up. Really a quick hour snooze should work. Quick bed, snooze now. And based on the recording time, I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We're gonna try to follow up on the roar that we've now triggered by repairing that radio tower in the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break, check up on the family, and then be right back with the next recording. So until the next one, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.